Thank you, Jenny. It's
Yeah.
been a pleasure to work with you so far. I'm excited to be part of this conference. Guys, this is a fun topic, something that I've been in the middle of for probably the past close to 9 years with Video Appeal. So something that's true and dear to my heart. So let's kick it off. I really am grateful for having this chance to just quickly introduce myself. So when you think of Patrick Tejamulia, I wanted to introduce myself through these two photos. So this is kind of fun. This is more of a opportunity for you to get to know me, and I'm all about family. I'm going to share with you two photos that talks about a little bit about us. I was working at Facebook. This is several years back, and I wanted to invite my family to come visit. And my son at the time, he was 2 years old. He comes and he's riding his Strider bike on Facebook campus there in the Bay Area, in Menlo Park. And I didn't think anything of it. And then one moment I see him, he's about to run somebody over. And who was it that basically ran into was Mark Zuckerberg. Really cool experience. We got to have lunch with him. He was really kind. I have tremendous respect for him. I had a great opportunity to work at Facebook and to help them with their advertising tools and be able to enhance and launch ads reporting and ads manager launches and business manager launches, etc. So that was a really great experience. I saw what it was like to really help enable every business to be able to say really whatever they wanted to consumers. And it really is what motivated me to start Video Appeal. I saw that there was a huge opportunity for me to just be able to understand and help businesses better understand what people really wanted to know before they bought, and then be able to deliver to them real authentic experiences from customers like them. I'll tell you more about this, but that's the Facebook experience that led me towards Video Appeal. And then a recent look into who I am and my family. So here's the cool picture. This is actually last week. So this was an opportunity where we had to be part of The Chosen. So you might know this TV series. But that same little boy that ran over Mark Zuckerberg is there on the left. That's my oldest son. And we got to be a part of the scene where Jesus cleanses the temple. And it was a super cool experience. Our kids were prominent. They were the first ones to sing Hosanna after he had cleansed the temple. So it was a really emotional experience. I love family and I love real experiences, as you can tell, and being able to provide real experiences to real people. Now let me go back. So how does my background set up the conversation we're going to have today? So let me go back towards a time when I really wanted to understand. This was after my Facebook days. I really wanted to understand why people buy and what do they want to know before they buy. And I went on this journey and I did a lot of research. And what capsulated my findings really was this quote from Linda Avey. So she was a co-founder of 23andMe. You might know these guys. They really started the whole genetic being able to read your DNA revolution, where people could be able to be more familiar with their ancestry, where their backgrounds are, and who they really were. Anyway, so when I asked her that question, I asked her, "What do you want to know before you buy?" And she gave me like one of the best answers that really resonated across a lot of the other people that we spoke to in this research study. And she said, "I want to hear from people who are like me, that have real experience with the product." And that's what took me into this journey. And I think most of us marketers, sales leaders, CEOs, etc., we're trying to get to that position where we can deliver messaging to the right people that really helps them want to buy. And what do they want to know before they buy? And uncovering this insight is something that most people, I think, don't get to in their sales, in their demand gen efforts. They don't get to the point where they can deliver real experiences from real people that are like you. Most of the sales demand gen efforts that I see today are very one-sided. They're you're trying to tell a story. You're trying to show the features, the benefits. You're trying to share a white paper. You're trying to be able to, even sometimes people are going as far as recording a video of themselves. But what I'm trying to introduce to you today is I'm trying to say that's not what people are looking for when they want to make the decision about if they're going to buy your software, if they're going to buy your product, your service, your solution. They want to know from people like them their real experience with using the product. And today I'm going to share with you how you can implement this, how you can start generating user-generated content to increase demand for your product or service, where you can grow your product or service through real experiences from real people. So let me begin. So if you think about real experiences from real people and being able to really demonstrate the experience that someone like you is having, if you think about the past, where the world we lived in, and we still live in it, which is for me, it just blows me away that most companies are still living in this text-focused world, where all they do is collect text-based text-based reviews and text-based testimonials, and they allow for text-based customer support, and they communicate on their website just via text. So we lived in this 2D world, and we still are living in this 2D world. Even if like all technology has advanced beyond this and gone into video, most companies are still in this 2D world. Now, it doesn't matter if platforms have evolved beyond that. I find most companies are still in the 2D world. How can you bring your demand generation efforts to life? That's what I want to talk about, right? How can you go from this example where your sales rep is saying, let me send you a white paper that includes a deep dive into all our features and benefits for our product. I see that like every day. I see that personally, in emails that are coming my way, on LinkedIn reach outs that are coming my way. How can we turn that into a world where you're actually showing them people like them and the experiences that they're having with your product? That's the leap that I'm suggesting and recommending that you should take. So here are some ideas. I thought, like, how can I make this really practical, right? How can I bring this to life for you so that you can think about how you can do this in your business? So most people today are really just pushing out their information to a potential candidate. And what I've seen done really well, and I want to introduce this to each of you, is the idea that how can you pull, right, with video? How can you pull people in with video? And BMW Northwest, which is a dealership, it's a service center for Teslas and BMWs, does this really well. I know this might be not applicable directly via industry, but the principle can be applicable to you. Now, let me paint this picture. Think about offering on your website a virtual estimate. Now, what do I mean by that? Is letting your potential customer submit you a video where they are showing what they want done, what problem they want solved, what is the situation that they're currently having, and describing and showing to you what that problem is that they need solved. What if you could offer that as an opportunity for your customers to bring to life their needs, their problems to you? We've seen this done really well with BMW, where they are offering this virtual estimate where people that have problems with their Teslas and BMWs film with their own phones the crash, the dent, the problems they had with their vehicle, and be able to submit that via video and then receive back an estimate of what that would cost for them to repair that vehicle. So here's the simple illustration. Imagine, you're a car owner of a Tesla and you reach out to this dealership and you say, I was recently involved in a car accident where my Tesla got banged up. I'm curious how much you would charge to repair it and bring it back to its original condition, if that's even possible. Now, how in the world is your team going to be able to respond accurately to that request by a simple text message? You don't know the condition of the vehicle. You don't know any more details of the vehicle than from what this individual just submitted via text, via a simple request. You're going to have to set up a time for them to come into your office. You're going to have to meet with them. You're going to have to be able to inspect the vehicle personally. Now, what if you could jump across all those steps and have that person submit a video where they're showing in multiple angles every piece of the problem in their vehicle, and then be able to share with you the information you would need to look up and put together a proper estimate. So this is getting to a world where your sales process, your demand generation efforts becomes a pull, uses video, and you're able to actually be able to put together a personalized solution and response. You could even do it with video, which I think is really the next gen in this effort, and be able to close that deal faster than ever before. This has been a fantastic new solution that was brought to BMW Northwest, and I'm excited to be able to see how we could do this more with each of your guys' companies. Now let me go to the next one. When I think about how do you generate more real experiences from real people, you need to, as a company, be able to start introducing video along your customer journey. So what do I mean by that? So think about how you can include in your customer journey a video assessment. Now, let me give you an example of this. So a lot of you, are thinking more about the start of the customer journey before they purchase. But let me tell you that if you're not focused on how you can generate content of real experiences of people after the purchase, you won't have the content to be able to show to others pre-purchase. So you need to focus on what's happening in the post-purchase phase of the customer journey. So, as they are setting up, as they're installing your software, as they are implementing your solution, how can you incorporate into their into their setup phase, into their onboarding phase, a video assessment, right? This is a powerful opportunity for you to be able to ask them to show you the process of them implementing and receiving the benefits of this. There's many ways you can do this, and I'll give you an example. And I'm giving you examples that I have the permission to share. So here's a training studio for belly dancers. Okay, now again, I think about case studies as we always can learn from a case study, no matter the industry. So you're an educator trying to educate belly dancers, and you have this brand new formula for how they can perform at their best. What are you going to do during the process of your course, of your training? You're going to incorporate video assessments where that student can actually record their performance after each training module and be able to share it with you. So right there, the request is not, will you give me a video testimonial? The request is, show us how our training, our solution, our product is helping you along your customer journey, along your journey to increase performance, to gain more revenues, to make more sales, whatever it might be. Give them that opportunity. And there you will unlock so much more content that you can utilize in that pre-purchase stage. Now, this is the one that I think most people aren't familiar with and most people haven't journeyed into, is when you are thinking demand gen, you need to think how you are retaining your customers with proper customer service. And I can't emphasize this enough, where if you're stuck in the 2D world of customer service, where the only way a customer can actually relate to you, the experience they're having, is through text, you are behind the game. And we have seen this work tremendously well, especially with medical product type companies, where consumers or customers that are using your software, using your products, using your services are need to be able to show what's happening in order to get the support they need from your sales reps, from your support reps, from your customer success reps, whatever they are. Now, this is very easy to do. And most people think, oh, we've got a customer support platform, but it doesn't allow for video. Well, we are seeing our clients every single day be able to use Video Peel to be able to introduce accepting videos for customer support. Now, why would you want to do that if you're the salesperson? Again, let me explain. So you're trying to build your library of real experiences from real people like you, meaning the potential buyer. So if you can increase your video library of all these videos from people that are like the potential buyer you have, and they're showing you their real experiences with the product, you're going to win. You're going to increase more deal flow, and you're going to be able to convert at a faster rate. So even when it comes to customer service, you need to be able to start being able to collect videos. So let me give you an example. So you need to move from this phase where you're like, thank you for sending me my new brace. It fits perfectly and has completely changed my smile for the better. But after 2 months, the automated feature doesn't turn on sometimes. Any suggestions? So this is, one of our clients. They basically create these braces, right? These transparent braces for your teeth. And they were having a really hard time being able to service customers that their implants didn't fit properly. And they weren't able to assess if they needed to create a new implant, send a new molding process for them to measure the size of their bites or not. And so with introducing video to the customer service, they were able to collect people talking and sharing about the real experiences they were having, both positive and of course both negative, but being able to actually assess and be able to respond quickly and be able to improve satisfaction for the customer. So this all ties together. And now I will share with you the results of this in later on in the presentation. But as you can tell, you're trying to figure out, how can I increase the number of content pieces that I can have of real people and their real experiences with your product. Now, it doesn't just apply to customers. Let me talk about your own employees. So I can't emphasize this enough. Like, as a potential customer, I want to quickly understand the experience, the reputation, the culture of a company. Is it going to last long? Is the solution that I'm going to be implemented, is going to be continued to be maintained? I need to understand the culture of this company. So as you are in your sales process, I have so many clients that are always wondering, like, how can I get more content? I want to be able to showcase who we are as a company. You need to, as a company, be able to be collecting not only customer experiences through video, but your own employee experiences through video. So what I mean by that, right? So as your HR organization, or as you as a CEO, think about, like, how am I helping to capture the real culture in my company and be able to disseminate that? So as potential customers are coming and learning about my company, they will see the culture, they will see the people, they will see who are the ones that are servicing them, who are the ones and what their attitudes are, how excited they are about working in your company, and what is their overall perception of customers. Like, there's so many opportunities for you to be able to capture from your own employees what they think about the brand, what they think about servicing customers, how impressed they are with the kind of culture that you are implementing, that you as a sales manager are implementing, the benefits that you get as a salesperson. All of these things can be brought to life through real video from your employees. So I encourage you to use video surveys to collect videos about your employees. So here's an example, right? So here there's an employee that says, I love working here. This place is really making a difference for small businesses. So you could have like a text-based message that comes from one of your employees about that, but instead, like, collect a video from your employees, right? And here we did this with Hilton, right, in their hotels. Right? We were able to collect employees telling their experiences that they have with servicing and giving their guests the best possible experience, right? You want to be able to portray that, and you can bring that to life with video. Now, this is the one that everybody thinks about first, which is like customer testimonials, right? And I want to go deeper in this, right? So you might think, oh, it's super hard. I can't, like I've tried this before. We've tried to collect video testimonials and it just doesn't work. We've used G2. G2 even has a way to collect video, and no one submits video. Like we hear this, I hear this every single day. And I think that for most companies, they do a little bit of work in trying to implement a solution to capture customer testimonials, but they don't spend enough time thinking about the right strategy in which they can collect these videos. Now, let me show you what I mean. So, if you as a business are trying to start collecting reviews, you're going to collect text-based reviews because that's what Google accepts. That's what G2 generally focuses on, and that's what other places do. And so you're going to collect this testimonial that is, this was the best product we have ever used. I stayed in this job because of this product. This is great for X, Y, and Z, and that's it. That's it. Now, to what extent, if you're a potential buyer, can you really react, and can you really understand if this product is right for you from that review? It's very limited. It doesn't answer the question that Linda AV gave, is like, I want to hear from people like me who have real experience with the product. So really, what do you need to do? So we've seen this done by several companies who've skyrocketed, who've been able to collect a library, a video library of customers across every spectrum of their customer segmentation. So demographics, psychographics, right? Preferences, location, and be able to collect the real experiences, how those products have worked, showing the impact of that product, showing the results that have occurred because of them using that service, right? That solution, and putting it into a video library by which you as a brand can allow across any of your marketing and sales efforts, showcase someone like the person that is about to potentially buy, and be able to show them exactly somebody in that same industry who works for a different company or that lives in the same geographic area. You have to think about what are the characteristics of similarity that you really need to build the library around. It could be like people that are suffering the same problem, right? People that need the same type of solution to incorporate and connect their workflows, whatever it might be. But you need to think, what are your similar characteristics that you need to build within this video library? And then you need to develop a user-generated content capturing program. So I tend to lean to the side of inviting all my clients to create what I'm calling customer councils. So you're not going down the effort of, hey, I'm going to collect video testimonials. You're actually going down the road of, I'm inviting an exclusive number of customers to participate in my customer council. Now, this does two different things. So instead of just, if you're a customer and you see this request for, they just want me to give a video testimonial. Why would I do that? Even if you're paying them, they might be like that, right? They're like, oh, this is not really worth my time. What you need to be able to do to be able to get more engagement from your customer base is you need to create commitment. Now, what do I mean by that? So commitment can be created through something like, hey, if you send us this video testimonial, we'll be able to provide you additional services. Or if you send us an update on how this solution is doing, we will be able to, send you a gift card for your time. G2 does this, right? Like they actually pay. They even, depending on how much you pay as a brand, they even will give you the gift cards that you can pay your customers, right? From an unlimited amount. But what I'm trying to say is that commitment doesn't have to be like, I will pay you to get this video. Commitment can be, we are inviting you to this exclusive group called the Customer Council, where you will be part directly working with our team that can really change the future of this product. Now that takes it to a whole nother level. When I worked at Facebook, we did this. We created the product council, and we were launching a third level to the campaign structure. So if you imagine, like Google had ad groups, we didn't. At Facebook, we only had ads and campaigns. So I introduced, together with the big team, we introduced the idea of we needed to have a layer within the campaign structure that would allow for better optimization, better budget management, better testing, etc. And we introduced ad sets. This was a foreign concept, a new concept. It wasn't foreign because Google was doing it, but it was a new concept to the Facebook ad infrastructure, to the Facebook community, to the Facebook partners, to everybody. And so how did we launch this? How did we determine the right types of configurations for what level of the campaign structure features should be put in, etc.? We created the product council. Some people might call it a beta council. I call it a customer council to allow it to extend beyond just beta testing a product. But if you can build your customer council, you all of a sudden have a group of customers that are there listening, ready to help you improve your product. And what's the benefit for them? Wow, you can't imagine that in this world, how people feel like they need to be part of something important. And especially in the B2B world, customer councils are very powerful because it's a way for people to actually want to participate as be part of a company in an informal way. Companies often that they love, that they're passionate about, that they will sweat and bleed for. Give your customers an opportunity to do that. Develop that community. It can be small, and you can grow it as big as you want. And there's really great ways to be able to manage this customer council. Video Appeal does that for a lot of clients already. And then it becomes a process where you can start collecting those videos, be able to share those videos. And what do you do with the content? Wow, this becomes, you end up becoming a company that has like hundreds of videos of real people, like the customers you want to be able to convince to buy, who have experiences with your product. So you can use those on ads, right? So one of the examples here is AppSumo. They used Video Appeal to be able to collect customer video testimonials, and they turned them into ads. And I'll show you later on the case studies, like it did fantastic, right? So here's an example. Well, they were able to spend $21,000, use video testimonials in their ads to generate demand, and get a 10x ROI, return on ad spend, right? With a 13% conversion rate. You will see that here's another company that utilized Video Appeal to capture video testimonials. They incorporated into the similar type of customer council program I'm talking to you about in terms of a loyalty program. And so they were able to capture hundreds of videos, and they utilized them across each of their specific product pages to be able to increase conversions, which was fantastic for them. And then here's the example that I shared earlier about the developing of a video library. Imagine like when you're answering questions as a salesperson and you're able to quickly go to a video library and quickly get a link to a video that you can share to close the deal on your sales. This is what I want to take you to. I want to take you to that level of ability and capability in your company so that your demand generation efforts are based on what people really want in order to know so that they can buy. I'm really grateful for this opportunity to share this with you. If you want to take this to the next level, if we can help you, Video Appeal is here to help. But it doesn't matter if it's Video Appeal or another company. I want you to be able to show real experiences of real people to your potential clients, and you'll see the difference that it makes every day. Thank you so much. Maybe there's questions or so, Jenny, or maybe the next presentation needs to get started.
Yeah, we're out of time for this presentation, but if people have questions, feel free to reach out to Patrick. I did see a few in LinkedIn, so if you have time, you can probably go answer them there. But thank you so much for joining us. I really enjoyed your presentation.
Thanks, Jenny.